Hey guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy back to work day. I hope you all had a good Labor Day weekend. It's 3:30 on the dot here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I got to talk a little bit more about yesterday. I'm going to talk a little bit about the bear. I really had some time to put it into. I've never felt like that before in my life. Well, there's been. I'll get into that more in a second. And I want to talk about the tunnel video. I'm putting that together right now. Right as soon as I was working on it already this morning, and I'm working on it now. It's not. It's going to be it's going to be tough to watch. Obviously, after I ran into the bear, I had a hard time filming. I was looking behind me, and plus I didn't know if there was more bears, because that bear was obviously, it was either a female or a smaller bear. It was about 300 pounds, and I was wondering. I couldn't see. There was so many things going on with that tunnel yesterday too, and it threw me off my game. It threw me way off my game. I had no flashlight. I had no flashlight app, so I kept taking breaks in the video. There's about 3 or 4 different videos, segments I made, and I got to put them all together this morning. When I went back and watched it, there's some dark parts of the video. Just try to put up with it, try to deal with it. I was a little less prepared than I should have been. I wasn't really planning on stopping there. And secondly, my heart was still pounding, and I was watching behind me to see if that bear was coming and following me. Let me talk more about that right now. Oh, one other thing too. When I use my camera to film, like here, I'll use the front so I could see myself, see that I'm centered, see that I don't have any spots on my shirt or any nicks from shaving or anything. And that's how I was filming yesterday. So when I saw the bear, I turned it around, but I couldn't see exactly what I was filming. Not to mention, when the bear actually started walking towards me, I'm looking on the ground for something to defend myself with. So I'm trying to film it for you because I did not want to miss this, and I'm trying to film it. You could, at least you could see there was a bear there. You could see it through the woods. And then, well, let me talk about that right now. Okay, I've come to some realizations, thinking, kind of putting this all into perspective. I started filming. It was kind of raining. It was sprinkling, and I don't like being there. That place is creepy as hell. I'll talk more about the tunnel in a second, because there was just something weird going on with that tunnel yesterday. I am not saying that for the video. I'm not saying that for views, man. There was something I can't explain going on with that tunnel yesterday. All right, so I started filming right away, right? And I thought about this, as I was filming. If I wasn't filming and I didn't stop, I stopped and I turned, and I'm not even sure why I turned as I was talking to the camera, and I was looking back the way I came. Why I did that, I have no idea. But if I didn't do that, this bear, obviously, this is what I had in my backpack. I took it out this morning. Half a Pop-Tart from the beach the last couple of days, and some cinnamon. These are delicious, man. I am addicted to these things. A note, I'm going to do an upcoming video. Some of you guys might have noticed I gained about, if you look at some of my body, some of the upcoming, in some of the past videos, I gained about at least 20 pounds. And let me tell you, I just lost 12 pounds in the last 10 days. So I'm gonna do a video about that. So I still have a problem with junk food. Anyway, okay, back to that. So I'm filming, and I just happened to see the bear must have smelled the food. I've been reading up on black bears, and they have 100 times better smell than humans. So, that bear, I came down the tracks, and then I turned and came down the connector tracks. And the bear was following me. I must have gone right past it, and it was following me. Now, this is the part where I want to talk about, because I never experienced this in my life before. I watched, as I was watching you guys I was filming it. It kept going in my head. Is he going to turn? Because you could see him. I thought it was a big sheepdog at first as I was talking. I was like, oh great, somebody's coming to bust up my video. Here comes. And then I was waiting. There's only a dog. There's no people. It was like a big. Then I noticed it was kind of waddling. It's like dogs don't walk. And you can see the expression on my face in the video. I was like, oh my god, that's a bear. And right off the bat, you could see it smelling and following. It's following my trail. I just came down that trail like literally 2 minutes earlier, And this is where this is what I feared. I feared this was going to happen, and it did. As it got to the intersection, it was coming up this way where I just come up, and then I went down to the tunnel over here, and I knew when it came around that corner, man, there was that second, like, is he going to keep going, following the track up this way, or is he going to turn down towards me, following my trail? And sure enough, man, he's sniffing the ground, and he comes right around that corner. And this is the thing I never experienced before. When that bear's face looked up, and I'm looking at a bear looking at me, and our eyes lock, and he just looked at, you see that face, and and you're making direct eye contact, and this is like a 300-pound bear, and there's only there was about literally 30 to 40 feet at the most between us. I also read these black bears can run up to 35 miles an hour. They weigh up to 450 pounds. They have 2 to 3 inch claws. And it says, do not run. That's the tips. Make loud noises, which I did. But anyway, back to making eye contact with that bear. Oh man, it reminded me a little bit of times when I thought I was going to end up in the hospital. Like, I'm going 40 miles an hour on my bike, and a car pulls out. And I lock up the tires, and the bike starts skidding, and all of a sudden these things go through my head like, well, this is it. This is how it happens. And you see your name in a newspaper or on TV. Seriously, I've had that. Well, this is it's kind of like a resignation. Like, oh, this is it. This is how it's going to end. And that happened. That's the feeling I got. And it was combined with the eye contact, man. With nothing separating me and the bear, and making the eye contact, and then knowing that he's coming for me. He's coming because I smell good. I smell like food. It was a different sensation, being lower on the food chain. That I had never experienced that before, and I can't say I liked it. It was interesting. So, the way I'm sorry, you guys could see the bear, obviously. I picked up I did what I was supposed to do. I read up after. I never, my whole family has run into bears. And never this close, never in this situation. Like I said, I had nowhere to go. There was literally, I was in a ravine with rusting railroad rails on either side, just piled up, all sharp, and railroad ties, and then just cliffs on either side. There was nowhere to go but towards the bear or into the tunnel. I thought about this too. If I hadn't been filming that video, if I had just stopped and turned and seen that, because he wasn't making any noise, and I didn't see him through the leaves coming where I just came, I would have walked into that tunnel. I would have continued filming and been preoccupied, and walked into that tunnel, and that bear would have sniffed and snorted and followed, right, because that's where he was coming, right, until I started banging the stick and going, making the noises, which you're supposed to do. Don't run, it says. Don't run. Make loud noises. Let your presence be known so don't startle it. And I banged the wood on the rail. And he looked up. And he didn't run at first, man. He's kind of, well, all right. And then he just a little trot. Like he was in no hurry, man. He wasn't all that. He wasn't frightened. He just decided, well, maybe not. And he just you had to see his butt disappear into the leaves. And that was the last I saw of him. If I had gone into that tunnel, that bear would have kept coming down the tracks, and I would have kept on filming, and I would have gone into the darkness of that tunnel, and the bear would have been right behind me, and what would have happened next, I have no idea. I don't know if I don't know if it was raccoons. I don't think it was bats. There was something hitting rocks on the floor, something larger. It was either a raccoon or another bear, and that's why well, you guys are going to see the I haven't shown you guys the video yet. I got to apologize. Like I said, you'll see this video coming up probably later today. I'll download it on Tuesday, and I have to apologize because I was obviously rattled. I was so shaken up, I couldn't find the flashlight app. I downloaded a second flashlight app, standing there looking around, you know, because I got the tunnel on one side and the bear on the other, and another bear possibly in the tunnel, and I'm still stupid enough to film this damn video. It's just what was going on with that tunnel. This is what I got to talk about. If you guys saw the first video, there was clearly, this tunnel is as big as a small house. It's a good 30 to 40 feet by 20 feet high. It's like a small house. And you could see the almost mile, you know, down to the other end. And you can see it in the other video. You know, even on a day like yesterday where it was cloudy, you should have, I walked into that tunnel, it was pitch black. You could not see one iota of light at the other end of the tunnel. Now this tunnel is, I just saw a train go down it last week. This tunnel is being used all the time. So that tunnel should not be blocked. You should be, there's no, I could not think of any rational excuse of why it was just pitch black. I mean nothing, not a flash of light, nothing. I still can't explain it. You know, like I said, this tunnel's used every day. I know it's been just used. It's still used. I looked in the paper. There's no construction. That tunnel should. There's no logical reason why there wasn't light at the other end of that tunnel. Why I could not see light at the other end of even the over 3/4 of a mile away as I did before. And that freaked me out because you have no idea what you're walking towards. Something is blocking out a huge, like a house-sized piece of light, and there's no rational explanation for it. Then I heard the shuffling, and I said, screw this. You know, there's a good chance there's another freaking bear in here. And there's a bear behind me, there's a bear in front of me, and God knows what evil thing is blocking the light of this tunnel, and I was out of there. I started using this app, so it's not the best video. I'm going to have to piece it all together. I don't know. I haven't even, it's not put together yet, so I can't say it's great, or it should be good. It should be very interesting. Like I said, I have no idea what was going on. I remember as I was leaving, I thought I saw light at the end of the tunnel, and I turned around, and it was like off to the side of the tracks, a glowing mist, white. And that's when I didn't say anything, but I was like, screw this, man. I am so out of here. And, you know, that was it. You'll see this in the video. I didn't even say anything about the mist in the video because I didn't even know. You know, at first I thought I could, all of a sudden I could see the other end of the tunnel, but it wasn't. It was like a whitish mist. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I tell you what, man, my nerves were on 10 all day yesterday. All right, you guys, I promise you I'll have the put together video with the spirit box and my jumbled, rattled, bear rattled nerves. The second video, I'll have that for you today. You guys have yourselves a great Back to Work Tuesday.